Hey guys, it's Matt with SCNS Live and Cinelinks.com, and I just got out of seeing Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. Now, to first start it all off, you should know that I am a big Hunger Games fan. And it wasn't necessarily the movies or Jennifer Lawrence or anything like that. I actually read the books, and I loved every single bit of it. It's really one of those addicting books, and it's really easy to read, so you really should read the books, maybe then go see the movies, but either way. So, Mockingjay Part 2 picks up right where Mockingjay Part 1 ended off, whenever Peeta was strangling, Katniss, and she just, went down and then had to put on that neck brace. Well, it starts off right there, and then, boom, goes straight into the action as they are trying to overthrow the Capitol. Now, what they do really well in Mockingjay Part 2 is follow the books. It does it to a T. Now, the most annoying parts and the most tragic parts are in this. So, if you're a big fan of the books, you're going to probably get a little weepy, but at the same time, see it coming. There's going to be characters that are going to be lost, but there are going to be a lot of good moments, and it's going to end on a positive note. And that's the thing about Mockingjay Part 2, is that it leaves off with some closure. It's not one of those that they're ever going to reboot or do anything else. It's not going to be like Harry Potter where they're like, oh, well, we've added on to the story. No, this is it. This is going to be the last Hunger Games Part 2. There were a couple of things where, in the book, there were some moments that they were a little abrupt, and it was kind of callous in a way. But I almost wished that the movies would have maybe expanded, maybe allowed us to grieve and mourn for these characters that we've loved for all this time. But unfortunately, that's not the case because, like I said, they follow the book to a T. But Mockingjay Part 2 does a really good job in really making you experience war. Because in that, a lot of people, they die. And there are a lot of casualties that, you can't really do anything about. And at the same time, you can't mourn for these characters that you love so much because in war, just this happens. So they do a really good job of taking you in there and making it more of a spectacle in a way. So it's really good, but I wouldn't say it's the best. I would say, if I was to rank it, I would say Hunger Games, Catching Fire, Mockingjay Part 2, and then Mockingjay Part 1. Mostly because Mockingjay Part 1 was really more talking, and it was kind of boring, but that's also kind of like the book. But it's not going to be like Hunger Games 1 or Catching Fire or anything like that. It's its own thing. You're not going to see them in a giant arena, kind of fighting for their lives. It's different. Now they're in a city. They're fighting. They're trying to overthrow the Capitol. And there are some twists and turns that book readers will see coming, but others who haven't will not. So, guys, get ready for it. Mockingjay Part 2. It's a good movie. You should definitely go check it out if you are a fan of the movies. Now, if you're not, or you haven't seen them yet, my advice, again, would be to read the books, then go and watch the movies. But, yeah, it's easier to watch a 2-hour movie than it is to read a book that's going to take you about maybe a week. I don't know. I'm a slow reader. But anyway, guys, check it out, and don't forget to see our official review on Cinelinks.com for all your news, reviews, editorials, and more. Keep it on Cinelinks.com.